Hey everyone, Elio here with another deck tech and gameplay for the Emergents trading card game. This time I'm playing a kind of aggressive mid-range deck around blue, strong arm, and non-stop yellow. The deck uses big, punchy threats that are really scary for the opponent and combos those with some cards that help get them through so that we can end up finishing off the opponent or protect them so that our opponent isn't able to use the small amount of interaction in their deck to deal with the big threats that we have. In the 1-drop slot, we start with Shy Freshman, Vanilla 3-1, Afterimage, like in most of my non-stop decks, and just 2 of Second Wind, which is a great combat trick to be able to put your attackers back on the defense while also making them larger. Also, sometimes it makes sense to use this proactively to put something out of a critical burn range, for example, making a 4 toughness unit outside of the range of Focused Beam if you're worried about that, or making 3 toughness units outside of the range of Nova. Starting with 3 Sidestep, one of the most effective ways to protect our big things, since usually the only way that you can kill them is with direct removal. 3 Sucker Punch, we're running really big units, and this ends up working as a effective piece of hard removal against most characters. 2 Neutralize, and 2 Sunder as a sort of high attack unit that kind of fills out the curve. 3 Accelerate, this is one of the ways that we can kind of force kills, especially if our opponent lets us get in some early hits. They often don't expect the Accelerate to be able to finish them off. 3 Dimetrodon, he's very big. A 1-off speed lessons, we love having this card in play. It makes our opponent's plays very difficult because we can always be top decking something that is a lethal threat. We don't want multiple of these in play or in hand, and so we only run 1, and if it doesn't come in or it gets neutralized, it's fine. 3 Sweeping Strike, this can help us catch up against more aggressive decks like robots that go wide, but it also gives us great opportunities to be able to attack in with our own things and does a little bit of a self-doubt impression. 3 Slider work very well with the accelerates mentioned before, plus is a decent body in terms of blocking and being something that works on the defense while some of our other units go in on the attack. Hopeless Romantic, solid card all around. It is one of the ways that we can beat through with the follow through, but it also gains us life so that we can be on the offense against other decks and end up coming on top because this generally forms a 7 life swing every time it attacks. 1-off Southside Sentry, mostly just filling in a big body slot in the curve. We want to have lots of effective 4-drops because that's really where we want to make sure we have a big play. 3 Crimson Mark, big dude. 1-off Family Crest, bigger dude. And 1-off Seismic Strike in case games go long. This can help us give a 1 punch that ends up sealing the game for us. That is all of the cards. We're going to jump into some games and see how the deck plays out. Okay, up against a user. Let's ditch the Family Crest. Probably Scorch there, but just in case it's a whip trip, we build out what we can. Assume this is going to be in there. If it's not, then is that a whip trip? If that's a whip trip, I mean, I think we want to go and pop it. So like, let's build Accelerate. It's not whip. Okay, it is whip trip. Yeah, we're fine with that. We'd rather pop that sooner than later. Gray on top, so that's not a Focused Beam. Let's go ahead and lay out Slider. It's a great blocker on this board. We can pretty soon do something like Speed Lesson, Sucker Punch, and then Sweeping Strike gives us a good board and attack. Mazer. Okay, so how to be cognizant of high damage coming in. Okay, so no. That's really tempting to accelerate and block. Yeah, let's accelerate and block that. We can lay out Sweeping Strike and double attack in, and the Sweeping Strike is just like a fantastic next turn play. It deals 1 damage to all rival characters, so it also kills the Mazer thing. Yeah, I love this. And the second wind draw. Oh And the second wind draw is fantastic if that's what we want to do. Scorch into Nova, okay. Oh, Scorch into Focus Beam. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Sweeping Strike here because we have a backup one. We'll prevent the 5 damage, kill this. Do we set up the second wind? We're gonna have 6 mana this turn. What do we want to do with that? I feel like it's yellow on top. I feel like it's just play out Crimson Mark. Yeah, let's play out Crimson Mark. Build blue, because we've got lots of like 4 blue plays. I'm gonna play like that's not Nova and do speed lessons. Romantic. We gain the life. Okay, that's +3 life. They do use the focus beam on that, but that means it's harder for them to kill this. You know, if they Mazer this turn, we can second wind, block. Wow, they've got lots of removal. Okay. Yeah. The speed lessons gives us lots of power though, so you know. We go to 13 here. Would love to see Slider on top, I guess. Yeah, there's a Sidestep. Cycle you. Build blue. I guess we should have cycled Leah there. Johnny. Okay. Gray there. Probably Fumes. So we can't like totally afford to. Oh god, this is so awkward. Yeah, we can cast that next turn. Yeah. Have to play it slow. We can't lay this out into the Fumes. He does run Deal 7 damages, Phaeton's Fury. Special Delivery is fine with our Sweeping Strike, but he can draw cards. Love that play from him. And the Combustion Lessons pops too. Yeah. 10. We have 3, 4. That's fine. 3. It's fine so far. If we draw a big blue beater, we still win. Yeah, so we do Sweeping Strike. Take some damage, but this depletes all his stuff. Take 2. We second wind this. Do we need to second wind it, or we just accelerate it and Sucker Punch? Does it matter? 3, 4, 9. Are we 1 damage short? So accelerate, Sucker Punch, go to 2. Scorch kills us. How many Scorches did he use? Well, we'll find out. 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, let's see. Does he have the Scorch? GG. Okay, up against Dimetrodon on black, blue, red. Successful wildcard of a turn 1 hijack transport. It's pretty good. We'll build out Shy Freshman. Pass the turn. Hope for blue on top, and then we can sucker punch the transport. But we're taking 5 here for sure. Blue from him. Most likely things neutralize, but it's possible that's Haymaker or Sucker Punch. No, it's not possible that it's Sucker Punch, sorry. It's possible that it's Haymaker, something like that. We'll go into Sucker Punch. Get rid of this. We'll attack because we trade the bot because of Focus Fire being something that we would rather keep down in power. And so if he does the trade, we're okay with that. And if he doesn't want to do the trade, then we're attacking for 3 versus what he's sending at us, which is just 1. Another face down. That one could be Sucker Punch. Though, I don't know that he's running that in his list. I feel like next turn I expect like a Toxic Fumes or something. I mean, I don't know. Blue spells aren't super scary except for Sucker Punch, unless he's like on the offense, but we're playing out these big things that are going to make things pretty awkward for him. If he has Mazer, then this could be a Mazer turn, which, again, not that scary. What's the worst thing he could do? Yeah, we'll take 3. If he attacks and we assume one's a Haymaker, we just keep attacking back to him. And if he has to use Haymaker on defense, it's just not great for him. We'll play Romantic, continue swinging in with everything. Ah, gosh, I accidentally skipped the attack. That is a little annoying. Spacebar does not auto attack. It's okay. He was likely to do this trade. Red from him looks like Nova. That's a wild card of a spell. I'll accelerate this and punch this. Which is a lot of resources to be putting in if he's gonna Nova Fumes, but it's very odd for him to wildcard Fumes at that low of wildcard percentage. We do kind of expect a Nova Fumes this turn, though, and we'll just have to come back from that. But if these are like neutralizes, we feel very well positioned. Or, I mean, even as Haymakers, right? Hijack Transport from him does have evasion. Strength Training, okay. We throw out a slider, I think. I think we took at this 7 attack. If he's going to take the trade, then we wish we would do that. But if we do this and he blocks here and eats it, he's at 1 life. That's awkward. All right, let's do attack with both. With the hope that at some point we can get in with that 1 damage. Especially since this may be like a Haymaker, and he may be thinking that he's going to Haymaker block to keep this alive, then, and if that's the case, getting in this 4 is just fantastic, but it would be very bad for us to get Haymakered on the defense if all we do is attack with the 7-4. He goes to 1. I think he's probably running Reflective Rest, so that's something to be wary of. On the 7-1. Rest goes up to 8 life. Okay, like it. He is coming in for the attack. Letting us draw cards. Okay. I'm going to play a Romantic and 1 Freshman. Attack and draw cards. Okay. Daddy-O, okay. I think with that let's see what he does. Daddy-O, Fire Spray. Yeah, I think we'll just Seismic Strike with the Gorilla. The question is if we attack with Slider. Oh, that's actually really good too. It's not lethal, so we Seismic Strike on the Gorilla, kills everything except for our Gorilla and the Slider. Oh, and then we can second wind the Gorilla and attack with everything. Yeah, let's do that. Seismic Gorilla. Since this means we're attacking with this anyway, we might as well attack with this. Gotten a lot of damage. Got 16 in the discard pile, so Reflective Rest does heal him a lot. Okay, GG. GG. Okay. In a game against the Goats. Blue-Gray, Strong Freshman, Opener. We're going to build yellow since it's free. And since this Afterimage will let us chump that next turn. But there's a real possibility of us wildcarding the Seismic Strike to build blue next turn so that we have a good chance of going into turn 3 with the energy to cast Dimetrodon. Yeah, because there's no need to, well, this Sunder's never getting through, and at least not in a long time with this, so like we're probably happy to trade this with the Shy Freshman, and it lets us keep the Seismic Strike in hand for a longer game. So let's do this. If they want to remove it or something, that's fine, but we'll actually do this trade if they offer it. I'd like to save this Accelerate until we have a Sidestep available to us, but that kind of thing makes that more difficult. And in fact, we'll probably see what we draw here, because if it's blue, we may just Sucker Punch this now. Ah, it's yellow. So awkward, huh? Yeah, let's do lots of trades, okay? So like we'll block that. We will play the Afterimage. Now, do we wildcard the Seismic Strike? I don't think so. We really just don't need 2 blue. Maybe we call wildcard Dimetrodon? No. Let's play a little greedy. We can always like accelerate next turn. If that's what we need to do, or if this is a slider, we'll do that. We'll just see what the game gives us. But we're definitely willing to second wind this Afterimage in order to block the Propagator drone. But they may not give us that opportunity. They are giving us the opportunity, thank you. Means they like their hand. Gladly taking this trade. Gladly building blue with romantic. Next turn we can Dimetrodon Sidestep. They had blue, gray, blue in their hand when they didn't wild card. Oh, maybe they're just trying to save for that. What are the blue cards? One might be a Neutralize. There's a card shark, okay. Pretty nice with their... Alright, so we really want to start, or hopefully get to Family Crest Seismic Strike in a reasonable amount of time. We want to be able to do that on turn 7 and still be alive. It's very interesting that they're not attacking here. That's a pretty cool draw. But let's Dimetrodon Sidestep. If they have Neutralize, they have Neutralize. Continue to build blue. Okay. Another Sidestep. I think with that, we're going to lose one of these eventually. So this turn, maybe we Sweeping Strike, Chump. Not Chump, or just preserving life total. Sweeping Strike and Sidestep. One attack. Gives us a great Sweeping Strike. It may even get them to scoop. They keep an iBots, but that's it. I guess they keep a Daddy-O. I didn't think about that. Okay. Okay. That's actually pretty good for them. We have to Sweeping Strike this turn to handle that Zoe, otherwise that Zoe's going to be a big problem. But then we can use the rest of the turn to play out Slider or Hopeless Romantic. I like Slider more than Romantic. Build a yellow. Here it's kind of nice because we can lay out like a Family Crest and make it look like we don't have a way to block this, and then we can accelerate, block with whatever. Or is he, if he attacks in with that, I guess he's gaining 3 life. Sure. We'll block. Play a Family Crest, and we'll leave these 2 back, but we will offer a trade of like this and this, or this and this. It'd be weird for him to block with this and get rid of his evasion thing, but maybe he can sniff out the accelerate. Zoe's very good, and is definitely the thing that we're most worried about. But we're about to go on the offense, and the Slider should give us our own card advantage. Yeah, people never expect this. I think here we start going all out, kill the Romantic, put all the pressure on that we can. Interesting spell, could be Neutralized, but I think like what they should be doing is saving that for card shark so they can draw and have a choice. Another acceleration, seal it. They could have Neutralize alt. Oh, Reflective Rest. That makes sense. And I guess we should have played out our unit. I did not think that they had a way to survive this turn. GG. All right, everybody. Those are all the games. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, if you did, please engage in some way if you're feeling up to it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.